Hey y'all, it's Octavia. So, it's been brought to my attention that this DEA agent that has been stalking me for years, if not decades, lying and trying to pretend and perpetrate this false identity that he has always, this false light he's always seen me in. When I tell you there's something wrong with this man. He swears up and down I'm a drug dealer. I ain't never sold drugs a day in my life. So like I was saying, it's been brought to my attention that he is now pretending to be me from the many visits that I had to the state of Florida, namely when I visited the city of Orlando, specifically when I visited Disney with my family. So what we did was, and it was only one occasion when this happened, we purchased tickets off of some people who were residents of Florida, and they had tickets. They had identity specific tickets to state that they were Florida residents. So here we are thinking, oh, well, we'll get a deal. Right? And unbeknownst to us, we had to give our thumbprints at the entry to Disney. Myself and my spouse at the time. We were the two adults. So the adult ticket holders had to give their thumbprints, and we had to go through a certain gate. And we didn't know that was going to happen. But we had already purchased our tickets, so we were thinking, the heck with it, let's just do it. Now that did make me feel some kind of way because it seemed very illegal. But I'm going to tell you all this. Before we bought the tickets from the Florida residents, they were holding a sign that said Florida resident tickets. So we were like, well, what's the difference? We asked as many questions as we could think of without, knowing the specifics. We had no idea. But we just wanted to get a good deal to go into Disney with our children. How can we save $1, right? How can we save $1 here or $1 there? So we didn't know when we bought the tickets that these people's names were going to be on it. We didn't see that till we opened the package and saw these people's names was on the ticket. Then on top of that, because we have Florida residence tickets, it had a sign that said Florida residents. So we were thinking, oh man, we get to skip the line. And then we were looking at this electronic doohickey that we had never seen before at the turnstile. Like, what is that? Before we get to the turnstile, right? And so we kept trying to go through, and it didn't work. And then the people came, and the Disney, workers came, employees, and were like, oh, you have to scan your thumbprint here. We were like, what? So we did it, and we went in. Now, mind you, we've been back to Disney since then, but we had our own tickets. Just tickets, no names on it, not a big deal, no thumbprints given. But we haven't been back to Disney since. And that story always stays with me because I've always been like, are you serious? What if that catches up to us? And these government employees that have access to databases that seem to have a vendetta against me for no reason. This man needs to stop. What is it that he's going to win? Not a damn thing. I've never sold drugs. Yes, I had access to Purple Passion because I've always had the color purple. It has nothing to do with the film. I've always had access to the colors, the numbers, all of those things. Maybe it's my family, my father's side, my mother's side. I can't answer that. I know it wasn't fake. I know it wasn't fraud. I know it wasn't illegal. Okay. So now this DEA agent, whether he's real or phony, who keeps stalking me in the dream state, trying to keep me out and exclude me from having access to areas and realms that I'm supposed to have access to, green, purple, blue, red, yellow, I don't know. 1, 2, 3 to 6 to 37. I don't know. And I don't know why. But I'm saying this to say, this man needs to stop pretending to be me to do these illegal investigations because he's a fucking homophobe. He's afraid that everybody is going to find out that he's gay. And why does he keep using me, my nationality, because that's the word that I'm seeing, my people, to do these phony ass investigations on so he can have his gay sex that he loves on the DL? Motherfucker, you need to come out the closet for real. And you need to find another one to play with because I'm not the one. You're going to end up underneath the grave. I'm just keeping it real. This is not a threat. This is spirit. It has nothing to do, not a damn thing to do with Doctor Who. The Department of State, the Department of Defense. Nothing. With your phony ass, false ass investigations to try to keep me out, block me out of things that I pay for or have paid for, to try to steal from me and my children, my family. You're wrong. You're dead wrong. And that's why you're going to end up underneath the grave. Yeah. It's to your detriment. I said it before. You keep investigating me to your own detriment. Give it up. Stop. You don't know when to say when. Let it go. Because if it's not one thing, it's another thing. And you keep having my neighbors involved in this bull crap. You know I haven't done not one damn thing to them, nor you. No, I haven't broken a law. Stealing a pack of gum is not really detrimental to society, is it? And that was a long time ago. And not a TV show. But I ain't never sold weed. I ain't never seen cocaine. I ain't never seen it. Heroin, none of that stuff. And yeah, my friends did it. In middle school and high school. Not me. So get out of my Section 8, will you? Stop playing in my waters. No matter the color or the number. No matter the address or wherever. You're not me. You can't be me. You never will be. You're going to get caught. You're hurting yourself. I see the word harm. You are harming yourself. And your friends. That keep helping you to do this stupid shit. It's dumb and you know it is. You're not going to win because there's nothing for you to win. You're playing a stupid game. You're going to win a stupid prize. Unfortunately, it's going to be to your detriment. It might be worse than you losing your job and all of this seniority and popularity and all of your arrogant ego trips. You're going to fail. That's it, period. It's not about a number. It's not about a color. It's not about a city or a state that I've traveled to, been to, played at, stayed at, drove through. None of that. This is about your mind and what's in your head. And you have been wrong for over 2 decades now. I ain't never sold drugs. It's 2024. Let it go. Let it go. Stop the storyline. I didn't help Bobby sell drugs. That was at Mount Vernon High School. Did I know he was selling drugs? Hell no, I didn't even. This guy never talked. He never spoke. When he started talking to me, I was in motherfucking shock. I had to go find his brother and said, Bobby was talking to me. What's wrong? Something is wrong. And he cracked up laughing and he was like, I think he likes you. And I said, oh, you want to know why? Because he didn't say that he liked me. He's talking about random shit. And I was stunned and shocked, like Bobby is talking. As long as we've been in this class together, he never spoke. And then all of a sudden, Sheree was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That was supposed to be me. But I ain't never been with Bobby like that. Not ever. So who did it? Who was it with him? Dr. Who? Travis? Some other male? It wasn't me. And then one day it was. And then he was being violent and aggressive and domestically violent. And I was like, oh, I am not the one. And I left. And for some reason, he popped up again later in my kitchen cooking up something. And I told him he had to leave. And you know what he did? He waved his hand. And next thing I know, I was sitting in a seat in the kitchen and couldn't move. And I did anything and everything that I could do to get out of that chair. And when I did, he was gone and so was his friends. And I shut the back door in the kitchen and locked the front door. And he never came back. So why do you guys keep trying to relive something that came to an end? He moved on and so did I. We weren't in a relationship. This was all in the dream state, some Mount Vernon High School mess that was in his head that I didn't even participate in except for one time. Here, you stay here and wait for me. And he never returned because he ended up getting caught and went to juvie for a little bit. And I didn't know that. I didn't know him. He was just in my class. Stop trying to connect me to these men that I don't have nothing to do with. The man that I was connected to that sold drugs is no longer in my life. And he didn't sell drugs while we were together. But you investigating me. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm not pulling no tarot in this shit. I'm just going to state the facts and tell you to move the fuck on. And get the fuck out of my energy. In any way possible. And all the metaphysical realms and dimensions. Adios, motherfucker. Get ghost and gone. Because I'm done with this shit.